Hello and welcome to the Join Dota League Season 3 here on HeflaTV 2. It is going to be a best of two series from the Asia Division 1 Zero Latitude versus Aero Gaming Nvidia. I don't know, these are teams that I don't actually have the pleasure of casting for quite often, as usually I'm asleep during that time. But enough of that. As for your casters today, I'm Grandis and I'll be joined by HeflaMoke, although he might be a little bit late into the game here, so we'll have to see when he's going to show up. But for now, I'm going to be the one talking about this draft. The first two bans coming out from both teams were very quick, Doom and Lycanthrope, but now Zero Latitude are going to take their time deciding presumably what hero to ban out against DDZ. Whether they're more scared of his Invoker or his Tinker, I'm not sure. We'll see. It's actually going to be the Brewmaster, yet another hero that Aero Gaming are very proficient with and that they don't want to be giving away. They do have first pick on Zero Latitude, so that does play into that a little bit. Plenty of very high tier supports left in the pool, as well as some pretty big ticket heroes as well. Yeah, both of these teams have kind of the pick of whatever they want. These bans are looking pretty standard.
Reserve time.
Yep, so for now, despite it's starting now, I don't have very much to talk about since the draft hasn't actually progressed. We are going to have a Death Prophet ban coming out from Aero Gaming. This is going to leave Faceless Void, Scarth Mage, and any support that Zero Latitude could want to start this draft off with. All three of your quote-unquote top-tier supports are available: Shadow Shaman, Scarth Mage, as well as Earthshaker. But I'm not sure exactly how these teams draft, because as I said, the only time I really saw Aero Gaming play was during the qualifiers and whatnot during TI4, and after that I just haven't gotten to see them. It will be a first pick Faceless Void coming out from Zero Latitude. The Scarth Mage is available, but I'm pretty sure that Aero Gaming are going to snag that one up. But if they don't, Zero Latitude will have that very sought after synergy in the Chronosphere plus the Mystic Flare. Pretty much any other support could combo pretty well with that Faceless Void, and there's definitely a lot of things that can go well with it. Scarth Mage Razor, the opening from Aero Gaming, no big surprises there. Scarth Mage, even without the Faceless Void, just a really solid support. And the concussive shot, as well as his zoning out that he can offer in lane, is very useful. And yeah, he's very good at making supports that have very low range on their skills or have a difficulty getting in range, like Sand King or Shadow Shaman, into pretty potent roamers with that concussive shot to lead things out and give them that little bit of extra time to bridge the gap.
10 seconds to go.
Zero Latitude, I wouldn't be surprised to see either an Invoker or Shadow Shaman here. But if they want to wait on their synergy with the Faceless Void, we might see something different altogether. If they just want to buckle down on their lanes, we might see a Tidehunter pick that would shore up their teamfight, as well as ensure that they're able to get something at least out of the Dire off lane. Worst case scenario for the Tidehunter, he will be forced to back off into those Ancients once he hits about level 5 or so, and we'll be able to stack those previously. Yep, it's going to be the Shadow Shaman, so no surprise picks coming up from Zero Latitude. This is pretty much the same 8 heroes we've been seeing to start off the drafts for quite some time now. Let's see. Is anybody still left in the pool? Earthshaker, as well as
About 10 seconds to go.
Wraith King are your two supports that are still available. Viper is a hero that's been seeing a lot of play as of late. DDC's Tinker, as well as his Invoker, is still available, although I'm inclined to believe that he's going to be playing the Razor this game. Yeah, so we'll have to see. His Razor is something to be feared for sure, going to be building the early mechanism for his team, presumably, and it'll pretty much function the same way that you see a Viper function in lane. It's supposed to win, especially if that's an offlane Faceless Void. There's very little the Void can actually do if that's a safe lane Razor. Yeah, just checking out the stream chat. There are a plethora of Moobot commands that you can use to get information about the game at hand. Usually the most useful ones are exclamation point score and exclamation point caster here. as that'll give you most of the information that you need to enjoy the rest of the game, or if you're just poking in for a split second. Have no idea if HeflaMoke's back yet, but hopefully this won't be a solo cast either way. It's not too terrible if it is, or at least I hope it's not. Shadow Demon and Titan.
5 seconds.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I'm naked, just with towels, super wet, but I'm out of the shower and I'm right here to cast. Yeah. Too much details?
Radiant's back.
I guess. Either way, yep. Hi guys, that's me, HeflaMoke. I'm super busy today. Like 6 channels of HeflaTV will be online over the entire day. Like I have no idea how I'm gonna do this, while also trying to help Grandis at least with the first game. Still, I hope another caster will come online and take my spot. Till then, Arrow versus Latitude it is, and yeah, let's see what else they got here in the draft. Nature's Prophet it is.
Yeah, it's a great hero to offer them a little bit more pushing power, as well as the split push that'll come out from the Nature's Prophet. Although it doesn't synergize particularly well with the rest of the heroes, the Scarlet Mage ultimate inside a Sprout is really good, if they don't have a Quelling Blade or Tangos.
Yep, at least, well,
5 seconds.
that's always the problem. Like, who keeps the Quelling Blade till really much later? That's the problem. We rarely see Nature's Prophet actually coming up with a level 1 Sprout, unless we have those very early, like, let's TP in and 3-man gank Nature's Prophet. But let's see, to be honest, I was kind of disappointed with the Nature's Prophet I saw in the last, I don't know, 3-4 days. None of them had really an impact, but yesterday in the Titan versus Arrow game, we had one Nature's Prophet that was pretty amazing. I think, was that Xiangsai Moses? Oh, I'm not even sure who played him. But yeah, he went for like a full damage build. The only like evasive item he had was the Blink Dagger, but I definitely liked it. He critted then in the end just as much as the carry, like for 600 something. So yeah, I like that build for sure. It's something for a change. No Necrobook, no crazy Bulldog style split push. Like really the direct approach. TP in and YOLO the way through.
It's a pretty fun approach to watch, to be sure. Witch Doctor and Juggernaut, the next 2 picks. Zero Latitude, the Witch Doctor is going to offer them quite a bit of sustain throughout their pushes, as well as the combination with the Chronosphere, as well as the Death Ward, which is always really strong for more physical damage into the Chrono. And then Arrow Gaming, they picked themselves up a Juggernaut here. I'm not sure where this Juggernaut's going to be laning. I'm inclined to believe that this is going to be a support Juggernaut to combo with the
We
Scarlet
had that
Mage.
yesterday too. Yep,
Yeah.
the Juggernaut pick. I'm still not a fan, and I also think yesterday, like, I think yesterday that was the second game against Titan, and Titan won that game where they picked the Juggernaut. Like, overall, I mean, he found here and there some kills, but, like, they also picked the Juggernaut into a game where a lot of, like, creeps were present. Like, we had Necro creeps, we had the Force Spirits, we had the Nature's Prophet on the other side. So Omnislash was often soaked by this, unless he really found someone singled out. And overall, I don't know, the ward, it got really fast destroyed, especially in the fights, because Titan was well aware of this ward being like quite a nuisance. But at least for the start of the game, the ward is definitely helpful. It keeps all the people in the lane. You just need to hug that ward, and it's just crazy how much HPS you get out of it.
Yeah, and I think this game is going to be a lot better for the Juggernaut, as there's no summons coming up from Zero Latitude, and they have the Scarlet Mage as well to offer that slow. So with the Concussive Shot, as well as a Blade Fury with Boots First, these heroes are not going to be able to escape from that, especially the supports if they're able to isolate them.
Yep. And Queen of Pain on the other side. Now that really gets interesting. Right now we have 3 heroes, 3 magical-based heroes that can actually put a lot of damage in the Chronosphere. And when we talk about the Witch Dog, we also have, like, of course, the Death Ward damage, which goes for pretty much everything. So yeah, this Faceless Void, to be honest, it all comes down to land your Chrono, and the rest will be just GG. Especially looking at the heroes, like if you get a Scarab Mage, Nature's Prophet, Puck, if you get those heroes into the Chronosphere, even the Juggernaut, if the Juggernaut is not spinning or running or Omni-slashing, like he's still quite squishy at the start.
10 seconds
So,
to go.
yep, they will have a decent job, but I'm just afraid that, like, for example, a BKB on the Razor, maybe a BKB on the Nature's Prophet, Juggernaut later, might counter a lot of things here on Zero Latitude. Like, those BKBs, they have to be kited sooner or later, or just put into a Chrono, but then we only have the Death Ward damage as such. And now that we have a Puck, well, with the Puck comes quite a nasty initiation, because just imagine that, like, at least 1 or 2 of their initiators with all the spells get silenced right away. That's a bad start into a fight, so the Puck is very crucial for Aerogaming here.
Yeah, about as crucial as the Faceless Void for Zero Latitude. They'll round out their lineup with the Batrider, so maybe they'll be able to start more initiations on their terms, but still a lot of pressure going to be put on that Faceless Void this game.
Yep, absolutely. But yeah, talking about initiation, like I already talked about initiation when I was looking at Shadow Shaman possibly with a Blink Dagger at some point and Queen of Pain. But now they picked the Batrider, and with that Batrider, well, we got a decent offlane candidate. On the other side, he's gonna meet Xiang Xai. That will be his mirror partner pretty much. And let's see, both of them have the option to go in the jungle if it's too heated on the lane. It's definitely looking interesting. I love both drafts. And as I said, like if this game goes very, very long, it all depends on how much does the Void get through and if they get the interrupt on the Witch Dog. If it's going like, let's say, mid-game and there's already like a decision forced, I think Zero Latitude might have a small advantage, but that is all based around the Chronosphere. A shit Chronosphere and the entire fight might just fall apart.
Yeah, well, to start us off, I'll go ahead and introduce the Dire side with Zero Latitude playing on there, with Koala on the Batrider. The mid hero is going to be our Queen of Pain by Kim Mi Young, and then the safe lane is going to be the supports of Spica playing on the Witch Doctor, Shadow Shaman handled by Levita, and that'll leave last but not least our Faceless Void, played by XLR8.
And on the Radiant side here, starting in the aggressive tri-lane, we have Mozun on the Juggernaut, then we have Lance on the Razor, and who is that Skyriff mage? Is that MTR? Like the guy who's standing in, or Slowpoke, or like, I don't know who...
I don't know.
The hyphen is.
I couldn't check out his profile, it's private as well, so... I don't know,
Yeah.
if his name is hyphen in a professional game, I have no idea.
Because yesterday they had MTR as a stand-in, so I don't know if that's the same guy, but it would fit the role he's playing at the moment. Either way, in the mid we have DDC, and the one who's going alone in the safe lane at the moment, that will be Xiang Xai, and he's gonna meet Batrider there. This is definitely gonna be interesting. Both of them, actually the Batrider should have an advantage there. Not range-wise, but if the Nature's Prophet is getting caught out with some nice stacks, and maybe 1 point in Flame Break, you can interrupt his TP, and that should be enough for a kill, so Xiang Xai has to be really careful on his lane there.
Yeah, but then again, if he doesn't get like more than 4 stacks of Sticky Napalm, I think he'll be okay and at least shouldn't die, and both should be able to farm pretty effectively, especially if the Batrider ever decides to go off into the jungle.
Yep, absolutely, and well, all the neutrals are spawned, and well, this tri-lane is definitely going to be interesting. We had yesterday a similar combination, and it's quite sick, because what most people don't know is that the Blade Fury like is actually magical damage, which means the Skyriff Mage on the Juggernaut in combination on level 2, they're quite a sick combo. You have a slow, which gives you exactly what you need for the Blade Fury, because 100% uptime on your target, plus then the Seal on level 2, which is amplifying the Blade Fury, and that is quite sick. So I'm just waiting till those two supports are level 2, and then they might actually find something. A target like Shadow Shaman or even the Witch Dog, that is easy peasy for this combination. That is only 500 HP to raise away, no problem.
Yeah, for now the lane is being pretty even. Both of the carries are getting some amount of farm out of the lane, especially since the lane equilibrium is very much in the favor of Zero Latitude. Now it's under tower, which might be a little bit more difficult for them, especially with Lance denying up some of these creeps. They will start out with a casket, will bounce away the Scarlet Mage. He's taking a lot of damage to us, though I don't think he'll die. They're going to time walk forward and slow him up, but now the Blade Fury coming out with the concussive shot as well, over the way of Accelerate, and it looks like he's going to give up the first blood. One more auto attack from the Scarlet Mage is all they need.
Yeah, perfectly baited in there. Like it's exactly the combo I've been talking about, and like this time walk, that was a bit over eager. I mean, like the two supports till then were not even involved, and he thought like, yeah, maybe I can go on the Razor. But the funny part is he's level 1. Like, what did he achieve with that time walk? Like, he didn't have a bash, like, since he's still level 1. So I don't know what that was, but the Void just threw away his life there.
Yeah, it was really hasty, and it's going to end up giving Arrow a very big advantage in this lane. The lane that we haven't talked about much as of yet is the mid. We are going to have two supports hanging around there to sit on the rune. And, well, it's going to be Quap versus Queen of Pain. Puck is actually doing Puck versus Queen of Pain. I think I said Quap versus Queen of Pain, but either way, DDZ's doing very well versus this Quap played by Kim Mi Young. And I don't know, it's pretty easy for Puck to lane up against the Queen of Pain, although the harass can be annoying. I think they should at least be CSing a little bit closer.
Yep. Well, Co-op versus Queen of Pain, sometimes your inner enemy is probably the worst you can have. Well, DDC, he's having a good time. I mean, 12 and 3 versus 8 and 3. Now he has a double damage rune, and he can, the next 2 minutes or so, he can definitely just force out the Queen of Pain, even though the bottle is now arriving. But those right clicks with the double damage, they will for sure hurt a lot.
Yeah, I think most of the action is going to be isolated up in the top lane unless we see a rotation, and honestly, I don't think the Skywrath Mage and Juggernaut are really going to rotate that much. Both of them have their boots, and neither of them have a smoke. For now, we might see rotations. Yep, they're going with the Nature's Prophet in, they're going to sprout up the Witch Doctor, and he's just going to explode. Not even sure if that Blade Fury was necessary, but yeah, too much damage for him to be caught out there.
Just to make sure, I mean, in case Witch Dog turns around, casts a casket that is like luckily bouncing between the targets that actually have the range to attack him. Either way, it is the second kill for Arrow and a very easy executed. With Xiang Sai present now, they can just go for it. Level 2, Nature's Call. Okay, that's not too impressive, but they should be able to clear out the wave and at least do some damage on the tower. That is a level 2 plasma field. Well, I don't think it's enough for the tower. There might be a defense actually coming in.
There's a healing ward as well as another tree and summon for now, and there's zoning out the Faceless Void, and he gets silenced! Time Walk over through the trees, I think he's gonna live, but still putting a lot of pressure on to accelerate while the tower is going down.
Yep, this combo is just sick, and now that he even delayed the creeps a bit, like this is 100% a tower. So this is First Blood, a follow-up kill on a support, and a tower at 4 minutes and 30. That's, yep, that's definitely good for Arrow. Like, they're pulling ahead just with this. And also in the meantime, like, Koala, he's not finding too much in this lane, unfortunately. He's creep skipping, sure, that makes Xiang Sai life a bit harder, but overall also he's doing fine. He was present for that kill. He's level 4, Batrider level 5, obviously because he was alone on the lane. But still, Xiang Sai, I don't think he's gonna have any problem unless, and now it's getting interesting, La Vida is joining the fray.
Yeah, he does have those boots and might be able to get in range for the shackles. They'll probably have to get a couple of stacks of sticky napalm before they actually start this off. But if they shackle him inside the fire, after tanking about half damage to these creeps, could be problematic.
Problem is that the Batrider is very low on HP and he doesn't have Firefly. Now this is really getting interesting, but it should be enough. Yeah, with the other shock, easy executed. I actually thought like, oh, Koala diving maybe a tier 1 tower, that might be not a good idea, but Xiang Sai was in a very good position.
Yeah. A good position for Zero Latitude, at least. At about half health because he was pulling the creep aggro away from the tower. And now this tier 1 tower is not going to look too great, as the Batrider might be able to get this. We have a rotation from DDZ. He's going to jaunt to his orb, but doesn't find anybody. Not going to be able to get in range for his Batrider. He does have his Firefly now, and I think he's going to be just fine with a sub 6-minute Blink Dagger on this bat. I guess that's what happens when you get pretty much unobstructed farm.
To be honest, the Batrider is the only good news about this game so far for Zero Latitude, because this Void, the farm, I don't know how I can put it in nice words, but I think pathetic was the first word that popped in my mind here, because he's 7 and 1. That is 6 minutes in, so he's at the moment barely at 1 CS per minute, and that is bad. Besides, of course, he fed the First Blood to a Razor in a lane where they also lost a tower within 4 minutes of the game. This is really bad news. This is bad news, and at the moment he's really just there, soaking up some XP. That's all he can do so far.
Yeah, and he needs to. He needs that level 6 so he can set up the damage coming up from the other heroes, but as you said, the Queen of Pain really isn't doing that well either, so she'll have her Scream of Pain as well as her ultimate to drop inside the Chronosphere, and that's going to be very crucial. They need to get some kills with that combination. But now the pushing in the towers comes out from Arrow. They're going to rotate to this tier 1 tower mid, and I'm not sure there's going to be a wholehearted defense. They're going to go up on top instead, looking for a kill onto this Razor. They have the lasso, and they're committing a lot of time in order to get this kill on Lance. And he's playing too defensively, it seems. Oh, they might be able to get him. They get the Batrider blink in. They're pulling him back into the Witch Doctor. They don't have the best cast, but they'll get some pretty good bounces, and now they have plenty of damage with 4 heroes there. The trade is coming out in mid, though.
It is a tower for Razor, but I guess at the current state of the game for Zero Latitude, I think that was okay-ish trade, even though it could have been much better. In the mid, like, the timing was also perfect. Like, it was the timing of a almost double creep wave, Mosun already being there, Xiang Sai coming in and as well. Like, that was a puck with Illusion Rune, so the timing of Arrow is definitely good. They call for such situations, and yeah, it's the right decision. But let's see what else is coming. The Void is rotating bottom. The problem is he has no regeneration whatsoever, nothing coming out. So he's really, again, there just for XP. Maybe even to have his death sealed. with the Razor and Mozun.
Yeah, they'll drop the Dream Coil onto Spice and Spice is dead.
This might be even, yeah, it is a double kill. Like, perfectly executed. Xiangsai coming in, the Sprout on another target, but now Koala is coming in. He knows they're out of everything, so the ward, he has to kill the ward, but unfortunately he's going down with all the right clicks. That was a bit over-eager. In the end, they're all low, but no one is dying. Now, Queen of Pain coming in, silenced and slowed, but he should be fine. But still, this is bad news. This is a triple kill for Arrow, and I think they should have just let them be there. Or Koala waiting for the Queen of Pain to arrive or anything like that.
Yeah, more than likely. Had they had the Queen of Pain, that would have made a little bit more sense for the Batrider, but he just jumped into too many enemy heroes, and the Healing Ward kept the Juggernaut more or less safe, even with just a couple of ticks of extra heal.
Yep, and now Arrow is just replicating exactly what they did already top and mid. They have an advantage, so they go for the tower, but this time I think Zero Latitude is saying stop till here and no further. We don't drop another tower. At least they're gonna try to defend it. At the moment we have still 3 people mid, but they of course have a TP scroll. But Puck is scouting it out, and now he's going on La Vida. He's just making them explode. Veining Rift, level 4 that is, and a level 2 orb. Easy peasy, but Batrider maybe chasing.
He has the Illusory Orb coming off of cooldown soon enough, and I think he's going to be fine. Illusory Orb and then jaunt to it. Yeah, he's pretty good here. He actually commits to Dream Coil to secure his retreat. The time walk forward, he might actually get caught out. There's no level 6 on the Void, but he's getting bashed. DDZ's caught in a corner. The cast bounced to him again from the creeps, and he gets the jaunt away, but not going to save him there.
Yeah, it's again a hero for a tower trade and maybe even some proper damage on a tier 2 tower. But DDC, I think he made a big misplay there with the orb just landing there, like at the small camp at the side of the tree. So he was, I don't know, completely cornered in there. And he's nothing he can do. First time I saw a nice jump off that Void, but the problem is 2 towers for a Puck kill. That's not a good trade at all.
Yeah, especially if you consider the Shadow Shaman dying before that. So now the tier 2 tower is pretty much going to go down one way or another. No deny attempt coming out just yet. The Queen of Pain is going to shoot for it, doesn't land. And now they're going to be hit by the Plasma Field. A lot of damage towards that Witch Doctor. Now the Silence Away of the Queen of Pain, I don't think they're actually going to initiate, but the Batrider is going to say otherwise as he jumps in on the lands, pulls him back into the rest of the team, and they're actually going to lose their Razor here. Do they get anything else? I don't think so. They blink forward on the Queen of Pain, but TP away from the Juggernaut. He'll be just fine.
Yep, at the same time at the top lane, we had Xiangsai going for that Void. He had to use his chrono. The first chrono we saw this game was a passive one, like a defensive one. He just used it to hold Xiangsai in place, and with 85 HP, he's just limping back home. But yeah, this Void, this is a 11 minutes PT finished with the poor man's shield, and now he has like a mercy stick, so he doesn't look so poor in his inventory. But that's pretty much all about it. The Void is at the moment just not working out. Like that jump into the first blood, that pretty much ruined the game for him. So let's just hope in the future we're gonna get something. But in the mid, oh my god, Queen of Pain Omni slashed into the seal. Nothing she could do. There would have been even a second silence with the Raining Rift for him.
Yeah, nowhere to run there. Not able to get off the blink. They committed a lot for that kill, but they come out with the kill. So definitely worth it for Arrow. And it's about this time that we'll go ahead and look at the net worth in the grass for the first time. And it's just a dominating lead. As well, they're going up top, potentially. The Puck is going to join up the Nature's Prophet. They're looking for this last tier 2 tower. Faceless Void and Batrider are there.
Yep, but they spotted him. They spotted the Batrider, so they know exactly what's coming. And since he had the Firefly on, which is now off, then yeah, they know exactly, hey, no problem whatsoever. There's still a siege creep, so no backdoor protection. A new creep wave is coming in, and Koala can't do anything. Like, the attempt was good, but he didn't take out the creep wave. Nor was he any, I don't know, concern for Arrow. That is another tower, make that 5 towers, but at the same time, okay. Completely missed that, but he's going down with Xiangsai. A nice 1-1 trade at least.
Yeah, he also got the tower coming out from the Shadow Shaman with those wards, but it is traded for a tier 2, so still Arrow are coming out on top as far as map control. It looks like in mid, we're going to have a pretty big engage as they jump in onto Lance. Lance is draining a lot of damage from this Faceless Void. He's going to eat the Queen of Pain ultimate. No, the 4-step away. Now the Skywrath Mage ulti is going to drop the Witch Doctor. Mi Young is going to be focused down. She's going to be able to blink away towards the sidelines as Lance is being focused down by the Faceless Void that's doing almost no damage, but they will get him, mostly due to the fire coming out from Koala. Mosin's here as well. He does not have a Blade Fury or his Omni Slash, but they'll sprout up the Faceless Void after he uses Time Walk. TP attempt. Will he be able to make it out? Do they have the damage? They do not, as he'll be able to make it back to base. They do get the kill on the Juggernaut with the double damage Batrider, and now Zhang Zai not looking too worse. Good as he gets hexed up, and now the burst damage comes through as well. The Ether Shock and Scream of Pain. That'll be a favorable trade for Zero Latitude as they pick up 3 as well as the tier 1 tower down in bottom.
That was such a chaotic fight. Like, this was such a chaotic fight. It looked all so good for Arrow. Like, Void was about to die, Batrider was really low, didn't have the cooldowns ready just to Firefly up on the ground, but this last chrono really turned the fight.
Oh, DDZ? Koala just going to be right-clicked down by the puck. Will they be able to get the return? No bash onto DDZ, and it looks like he's going to give up his life as he does get bashed by the Faceless Void. Will he be able to make it out? He is faster bottling up, and he's going to have another Illusory, but I think he's actually going to be able to escape. He has the Blink Dagger as well. Potentially baiting this, but with the Shadow Shaman there, he really needs to get out. Oh, he's going to kill the Shadow Shaman before he goes down with the Waning Rift as well as the Illusory. Now with the Nature's Prophet in here, they're going to make a full turn onto the Faceless Void. He's going to be sprouted up. The Witch Doctor is also available. They'll create these things, but the Omni Slash is going to come through onto 2. DDZ's falling very low, but a triple kill for him, and now this Queen of Pain is going to be silenced up and just eats too much damage. Full team wipe. What the hell is going on in the jungle?
DDC is such a player. He's such a player. Like, for all those who were following DDC here on the camera, and all were like, oh, come on, use your Blink Dagger, use your Blink Dagger. No, he didn't want to use that Blink Dagger. All he wanted is lure them in a trap, go around the trees, buy some time. The team was approaching from south, and he knew the Shadow Shaman, if he blinks on him, he can get the kill with Orb and Waning Rift, and that's exactly what he did. So it was a 2-for-1, and he just got the support out, and then the entire team came in, make this a full team wipe, and DDC was, again, just like yesterday, a perfect bait.
Oh, they jump in the Shadow Shaman. He's so dead as Levita's going to drop to one more auto attack. DDZ picking up another one, as well as the tier 2 tower. Arrow are just outplaying him in this last couple of minutes.
Yep, absolutely. And this is the last outer tower. This is the last outer tower. It's so bad news at the moment for Zero Latitude because I don't know, their defense, it's not very strong. That's the biggest problem. Like, sure, Monsoon and everything, they get maybe here and there some damage from the tower, but as long as that ward is up, that healing ward, nobody cares because this is level 3. On level 4 it's even a stronger heal. Oh god.
Yeah, Spicy jumps in, tries to kill in the healing ward. They get a good Chronosphere, but no follow-up for that one inside the base. They're looking for more, but there's nobody to be found. The Ether Shock does some decent damage, but the mech comes out as well. I think Arrow might be able to turn into this. They pop the Necronomicon and now go to work on the tier 2 tower. They're going to be able to pull back Mosin into the Queen of Pain, and they'll be able to blow him up. I think it's retreat time for Arrow finally.
Yeah, I mean, Mosun was like the how you say it, the price, man, how can I forget this? But yeah, I guess that was the easiest kill to do for him, on him, however you want to call it. But to be honest, that didn't bring Zero Latitude any further. That's like one kill on a retreat while the puck was just going through their base, and they do this with minimum items at the moment. There's nothing crazy coming out so far, but oh my god, in the mid, Kim, there's the Mystic Flare, just another Arcane Bolt, but should be fine. At the same time, Xiangxai, okay, he's going down. So that's at least good news for Zero Latitude. They get another kill, which slows Arrow down a bit in their push, because in theory they could have gone for it, but top, that Faceless Void. If he's getting silenced, that is bad news. Maybe DDC, well, he can still use the Orb to scout him out if he's jumping away. Now he's trying it. Let's see. But oh, he's coming in. Where's the Waning Rift? He's still not using it. Now he's using it, and that Void is just getting outplayed at the moment. Or does he? Is he? That's the question now. Blink Dagger should be there, and yes, easy peasy. With the 4-star, beautiful, done.
Yeah, nowhere for the Faceless Void really to run, excuse me, DDZ. He just seems to be the master of making space for the rest of his team to get in position. He's going for flashy plays solo, but more than anything, he's buying time, and now we're seeing that Necronomicon coming up from the Nature's Prophet. It's level 3. A lot of big items are coming online after Arrow have been able to completely destroy the base, or outer towers in mid. Yeah, they're looking for the Queen of Pain. They commit the Dream Coil. This when the silence comes through. Now the Nature's Prophet TP, and she's so dead. Now everybody else not looking too worse for wear as DDZ's pulled in the Roshan pit, but he's not falling fast enough. The Roshan is not going to bash him as he Yule Scepter himself up in the air, and Levita is going to be the one to die. DDZ trying to turn for the loser, but is going to get vision onto the Batrider. He's still so darn low, but is able to stick up, and the auto attacks are going to be there. The only survivor from that engagement is going to be our Witch Doctor. Faceless Void was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, that was, again, like, I think there's also a bit miscommunication, because Shackle and lasso at the same time on one target. It's like it all feels like panic reaction to me. But yeah, with those 3 dead, I think they might lose at least the mid-tier 3 tower. But I mean, they still have, if they wanted to. Oh, he's just jumping on that Witchdog and he's exploding. This is even without a Dagon or anything. This is just him with a double damage rune jumping in, and it's then 4 down after all. They used the cliff, but this tier 3 tower, it is down. We just have to see. Maybe the Void is gonna land the awesome chrono here, but hey, it's a level 1 chrono and a Faceless Void with 2 Wraith Bands. Like, not very impressive.
Yeah, even if he lands the chrono, they need the Witch Doctor alive as well to offer that Death Ward. They have the Queen of Pain, but I'm not sure that's going to be enough. It will kill the Skywrath Mage, but the Razor's probably going to be able to tank through it. They go in, but he's going to be Yule Sceptered up in the air. The Batrider can't really do much, and he's going to be forced to 4-step away from there. And with the Nature's Prophet ultimate bouncing through, that secures the melee barracks, and, well, they jump in for the Chronosphere, catches out all 5 of the enemy heroes. The Queen of Pain ultimate's going to land onto 3, but they don't have the damage. Lance is going to be able to get his Mechanism off. There's the Death Ward. And onto Lance, it looks like he's going to die, but Levita is also. And while Lance is still surviving strong, his Spice is going to be focused down by DDZ, and on the right side, they're looking for the Queen of Pain. The Queen of Pain is going to die as they lasso up DDZ under the tier 4 towers, but they're not focused in. They're going to time walk away in the Faceless Void, and probably not even kill DDZ as the silence goes away of the Batrider. Skywrath Mage completely zoning him out. Now with the 4 stabs, I think Arrow can just back off or get a couple of kills if Zero Latitude are too hasty.
Yeah, like, if you would have taken this chrono and this fight, and without having Arrow like an insane advantage, like almost 10k in experience and more than 15k in gold, this fight would have been horrible for Arrow. But you saw it, there was just no damage. That was Queen of Pain, like Sonic Wave on 3 people. That was the Death Ward, but unfortunately only level 1. The same with the chrono. Like, they're just, like, even if you land all the ultimates, it's not very impressive, but at least Batrider is looking to do something. Problem is, he does not have the lasso. He has still a long Firefly, so Xiangxai is trying to. There's a Firefly, a Flame Break ready if he wants to. Xiangxai running for his life, but you can run from Sticky Napalm. But problem is, yeah, Firefly is running out, and now 5 stacks, it's still enough.
Yeah, it's a very awkward kill coming up from the Batrider, but nobody was there to back up, as in mid. Oh dear, Accelerate is being jumped on by DDZ, who will be able to time walk up to the high ground. The silence did not last long enough. Had he had a Dagon there, that would have been a pretty easy kill, unless he backtracked it, I suppose. But yeah, Skywrath Mage is roaming through the jungle, and for now, Arrow are just going to be content with getting the 1 lane of racks. They have plenty of farm around the map, as DDZ's on a mission, presumably to catch out this Queen of Pain, who's still sticking around. Let's see if he gets a solo kill here.
Yeah, might be interesting. He might get it up. There's the Waning Rift here, the orb, but nah, for this is not enough. But well, there's a TP coming in, and oh, Kim. Oh, maybe he's TPing out. Nope, no, that's not it. With the Yule Scepter, the next orb will kill him. Yes. Too bad. I think he should have waited there for his next TP. It was ready in 1 second, and I think he could have done it.
Yeah, that was the Juggernaut TPing in the Nature's Prophet, but they didn't need it. Like, even if it wasn't enough solo as they jump in mid, the silence is going to go the way of the Vita. The Skywrath Mage ultimate doesn't land, but the orbs do. Zhongzhai is being focused down inside the Death Ward and is taking a whole heck of a lot of damage inside the base. They're going to drop the Serpent Wards very defensively, and I don't think he's going to survive here as the Necronomicon's going to kill Levita. And, oh, 4-step forward, Omni Slash onto the solo Witch Doctor. He's going to be ripped to shreds by Mozen.
Beautiful. That's how like Mozen wanted to do it yesterday. But oh, there's the chrono, and they're gonna focus Mozen for now because he's in range of the wards. But I don't think that's enough. Actually, it is enough for Mozen. He's going down, but now they turn it around. Koala is under focus here, and yeah, poor Void. He's trying to TP out, but I mean he needs all the backtracks of his life to just get the hell out of there. So in the end, 4 down. Just Kim is the only survivor. They go mid, but probably rotate top where Lance is already working on the tier 3 tower. No cliff. I think that's it. I think right now Zero Latitude should say like, hey guys, I think we should go for next game, because this one is not salvageable.
Yeah, especially since they're going to be playing in another couple of series later on today. Playing out a game that's pretty much over is probably not a great idea, but then again, might hurt their morale. I'm not sure how this team actually functions, but that's probably going to be our second lane of barracks, is without a Chronosphere and without a Batrider available, I don't think they have a hope of defending against this, and if Levita just comes a little bit closer, he's going to die, and DDZ's invised up. I think he's just going to get like a 4-man Dream Coil into the silence with the Illusory Orb. No backup, unfortunately, but everybody's so darn low, and he'll be able to focus down the Witch Doctor solo, and now the Plasma Field comes out. A little unfortunate they didn't have this a little earlier, but the Yule Scepter on the puck, they're just completely zoned out in the base. They lasted somebody, they're trying to pull him back in, but they slow down. Mozen is going to take some tower shots. shots, and well, the trains are actually body blocking him in as the illusory orbs are flying, and they're just trying to found farm, although not very effectively. 1-for-1 support trade as the top lane of barracks is going to go down. And yeah, I think it's pretty much over. As Nature's Prophet is down at the last lane, they might be able to pick him off. He doesn't have much backup here, but just the Necronomicon is pretty much all he needs to get this tier 3.
Yeah, but DDC is really going for the fancy plays now. This was just for the viewers. He just did that for the viewers. Like 4-man coil, everything was just beautiful there. But Zero Latitude still not calling the GG. But usually I'm trying to be like a very optimistic caster, but look at the Batrider. They saw him already. Now he's slow, but Kiilstofte up, so that buys him some time. But Funish that time with the Dagon. DDC is finishing his life now. Oh, Spice, I don't think you can TP out of this. There's just too much damage. The Faces were going for a nice chrono, but this chrono even catches the wards now with the Shackle. That's at least one down, but DDC will still go for it. Lands, has 84 damage stolen. One more hit on the Watchdog. No, he's getting stunned. And now, well, the Void is still working on him, but Mosun is there. He still has an Omni Slash, I think. And if he uses it, that's it for the Void. Yes, that's it. A full team wipe, and I think about now you call those two fancy ladders.
I mean, if you haven't called it until now, why not just wait until your Ancient's going to die? Because it will die shortly. There you go. It's going to be 4 fancy letters. Yep, GG, well played.
GG, well played, yeah. Actually, Zero Latitude, I mean, they showed some here and there some nice plays. But unfortunately, with the laning stage, I mean, mid was lost, top was lost. The only one who did something in this game was the Batrider, but only because Xiangsai left his lane, and he left it for a good reason, because they got 2 kills with it, and they got 2 towers with it. And of course, just one Batrider being the only one, like the shining light at the end of the tunnel, that is not where you want to go. They should have won at least one more lane or get some more farm on that Void. The Void, I think, was the crucial mistake here. 3 Wraith Bands, PTs, and a Morbid Mask. That is not very impressive in 23 minutes.
It's really not, but yeah, we'll have to see if Zero Latitude are going to come back in Game 2, because that is only Game 1 of our best of 2 series between these two teams. So don't go anywhere. HeflaTV 2 will have more Dota 2 coming your way soon.